Hey folks, how you doing? Carlos again. Just want to show you what I did to my transmission. I was able to pull it out of the GMC Sonoma, and just going to show you the following things that I put in and added. So I'm going to show you right now. Okay, so as you see, this is my transmission out of a 1995 GMC Sonoma. It's a T5, okay, 5-speed. This here is my bell housing adapter that I purchased through Advanced Adapters. Okay, the part number for this one is right here, 712548 from Advanced Adapters. Okay, cost me about $371. Okay, and as you can see, it bolts up fine. See the bolts at the bottom there. Blah, blah, blah. Got installed. Look at that, and it works. It meets up. It has provisions for other types of transmissions. It also works with a Jeep T5 and also works with the older style S10 transmissions also. So you have plenty of choices to put in your transmission. That's why it cost me a little bit of money. It will bolt up to the LS pattern, okay, as you can see. And I did already dry fit the bell housing to the back of my engine. As you can see, it's got the same pattern. Also, bought a new clutch, but I bought a new clutch kit with the flywheel. Okay, and make sure that when you do buy your clutch, you see those splines in there. Okay, it's not a 10 spline count, it's a 26 spline count. First thing I did when I bought the clutch, I make sure that my splines were basically 26, just to confirm. First thing I did when I opened it, I slid the clutch in there and it fit. Woo! You don't know how happy I was. So I also proceeded to go with a different route. I have a new stud that came with a kit. This kit is called How Racing. There you go. Let me just show you that. Here's my slave cylinder, my hydraulic slave cylinder. That's the company. HOWE. How Racing. Okay. It is made for a GM T5 transmission. Because make sure it is what it is. What I do have to do is I gotta take measurements from the it came with spacers. These are spacers, okay? I can pick and choose whatever I need, and they just kind of slide over here. It provides you with a stud, so when you put your hydraulic slave cylinder, okay, come on, there you go, the stud can hold it in place. Okay, I bought these hoses also, stainless steel. They did not come with the kit. I had to buy them extra, separate, because the bleeder is up on top. The stud there right here, you see, is just so that the throttle bearing doesn't spin around as the engine is going. This is the line that feeds the hydraulic fluid. Basically the brake dot 3 hydraulic fluid. And this one is basically, I got the 90 because of such thing. I don't want my cables to jam up. It had a bleeder screw in here. Okay, I bought an adapter. I'm gonna follow this line. I bought an adapter. Here's my brass adapter that fits into the dash 4, and then here's the brake bleeder screw that fits in right on the top. I can remote mount this anywhere. Once I put in my transmission, I can remote mount it, put a hose on it onto a jar or something while I bleed it, so that I don't make a mess anywhere. I can just mount it anywhere. I just gotta put a P bracket with a rubber grommet on it, and then the other one, the other line, the one that comes in, see, this one is gonna fit into the master cylinder. This one goes to the master cylinder, to the clutch master cylinder, in which I have it right here. Okay, I decided to go with the AFCO master cylinder. Okay, it's got holes. Mine actually twists in. It doesn't quite bolt in. This one's gonna bolt in, but it's the same diameter in the back. So I'll have a guide. All I just gotta do is drill the holes onto the firewall, and then I just gotta work my magic here, splicing the stud from here onto the pedal plate stud, and then get my clutch pedal travel. And then this adapter that you see on the top, that's where the this line here is going to mount to. Just have to have an adapter from here to here, and I'm just going to mount this somewhere. Let's just pretend there's a firewall somewhere in here, you know, mount it up, and then my cable should make it. So that's my plan. Alright, so that's that. Remember, two kinds of T5 transmissions out there. There's one with a 4-style bolting pattern, in which that's the one it has. It will bolt up to this adapter. Again, advanced adapters, part number 712548. $371 in Amazon. Okay, now I confirmed. I bought the clutch kit. Okay, this clutch kit right here came out of 1999. It will fit all those years, 1999 to 2002 Chevy Camaro Z28. Okay, what I was worried about the flywheel, if it was gonna hit. It's beautiful. It doesn't hit. It works. And a 26 spline count. Okay, so I bought it at CarQuest. I got the flywheel, the clutch, pressure plate. It came with a throwout bearing and the alignment tool. Once I did my dry fit, that was good. See, for that clutch part number, it's from CarQuest / aka Advanced Auto Parts, and that's the part number, MU851SK. And the reason I did this was because of research. I've done so much research in which people wasn't quite clear on YouTube. So once I figured out, did all the paperwork, all that running around, I figured out what I wanted. One-stop shop on this. My hydraulic slave cylinder. All I have to do now is fix my travel to where it fits onto the fingers on the pressure plate. That way, and based on the what they want, Howl Racing website recommends for me to have a 1/16 of an inch air gap. So I gotta have either 60 thousandths of an inch or 1/16 of an inch air gap, because the travel is going to be about ½ an inch travel as this thing engages with the clutch pedal travel, as I have the fluid and all that stuff, so that I can have proper engagement. Alright, so here we go. So now that I pulled my transmission out, installed the bell housing, tested the clutch, and I know it fits, I got myself my hydraulic slave cylinder, and that's going to be a new one. I'm not going to use factory. The reason why I'm not going to use factory is because factory sucks. Okay, it's got a clutch fork setup in which I hate it. That wears. There's always a gap. There's always play. I don't want it. I'm going to go with this route. I've seen online on YouTube where other people use the same setup and it works out. I chose this route. There are two different versions of it. Be careful. Don't get the one that is the different part number. I believe it's 82076 Howl Racing slave cylinder. That's the one. Or get the one that says clutch slave cylinder designed for GM T5, specifically T5. There's other one that looks similar, but it's not for the T5. It will not fit onto this housing. That's for the older version of T5s. So now what I have to do now is I have to mate my transmission to the block itself, but I cannot do it while I still have the engine cradle on there on my transmission, on my engine. So I have to take the cradle out or create some kind of situation, or use my cherry picker, my engine hoist, and that way I can adjust the play here. Well, remember, 1/16 of an inch or 60 thousandths. Okay, whichever way you want to go. That way you have the correct measurement, play, and pedal travel, so that you can disengage the clutch better, properly. That way you don't wear out your clutch or something goes wrong with your clutch and it's all because you didn't set it up right. Also, it came with the spline grease, the clutch kit, so I'm going to use that once I install it. I already have my clutch plate installed, torqued, we're good to go, and just got to find time now. Now is time that I need, because it took me 3 hours to pull this transmission out. I recorded it. I didn't like the recording. I was sweating. It was terrible. It's hard to do it with one person, and but I made it happen. And anyway, it's out of here. You guys just rather see it being pulled out. Hey, I did this, did that, whatever. It's done. Okay, another thing too. see my engine cradle right now. It's on wheels right now. It's got a cradle holding the engine. Because I need to bolt the housing to it, I need to remove this. Or I'm going to have to modify this so that I can still use it. So I'm going to have to go the route... Oh! I'm going to have to go the route of somehow finding a way how to move this setup out of the way and still kind of do it somewhere around here. So I'm going to have to pull the my weld machine. I bought a new one from Harbor Freight. And weld something up over here so that I can still use the bell housing and still use the cradle. So I'm going to have to support it with blocks on the oil pan at the bottom so that I can slide my transmission in. And this being out of the way, because this prevents me from bolting it up flush. I need to have it flush, all the way in flush. So further ado, the next video, hopefully you'll see me try it, set up my gap, and just wanted to keep you guys posted on what's going on and what other steps. And right now my truck does not run. Transmission is out. So alright. So after that, guys, see you later. By the way, please like, share, subscribe. I'm new to it. Please make it happen for me. Appreciate that.